Welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another episode of Tales from the Road. So this gentleman here, Tommy, is pulling out of a driveway, sort of, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's a steel bike. So I chase him down to the light, and he's riding this beautiful Serata, and I'm like, oh my God, haven't seen one of those in a while. And I asked him, I said, hey, what's your name? He says, Tommy. He says, what's yours? I say, George. He says,
George Vargas.
So tell the viewing public how we connected originally.
So many years ago, I've been riding bikes for, I guess, over a decade now, but many years ago when I was still living in Kansas, I used to chat on bike forums and then somehow connected with George. And there's this dude that rode basically the Furnace Creek, what was it,
The Furnace Creek
508. This dude that rode 508 miles on a fixie. And I was telling all my cycling friends, there's this crazy dude. Because of course in Kansas, we were all talking about Dirty Kansas.
Yeah.
Well, there's this dude that rode 508 miles with, I forget how many feet of climbing.
35,000.
35,000 feet of climbing on a freaking fixie. And so that was kind of how I connected.
Yeah.
And I started chatting with you at the time. I was riding Cervelo. I still have Cervelos.
Yeah.
And you were working at a bike shop that
I was.
carried Cervelos.
Yes.
And so I asked you suggestions on Cervelos, what bike, etc.
Cool.
And you gave me all these cool suggestions. And then basically, that was that. And
So
then,
that was what, maybe 10 plus years? It had to be longer than that.
probably.
Because I've owned my own shop now 10 years, so it was
Right.
before that.
Yeah. So, and then I've always had a connection with San Diego because my brother-in-law lived out here. And then 2.5 years ago, we just moved out here.
Oh, so you live here now?
I lived in San Diego. And then I've looked you up, actually, just because I remember you, and I remember you were in San Diego.
Yeah.
So, I followed you kind of on Strava, and I see all your crazy rides, and I go,
Nice. What's your last name on Strava, if you don't mind?
sure, Chang?
Chang, okay.
Yep, Cheng.
So we got to get back on the bike, but can you tell us about your bike here? Tell us what you got going on.
So basically, I bought this bike 3 years ago on Pro's Closet because I originally wanted a bike to put on my trainer.
Okay.
So I convinced my wife I need another bike to put on my trainer.
Okay.
At first I was looking at aluminum bikes, but then I really didn't like them that much. And then I saw this on Pro's Closet.
Was it like this with a full Ultegra group?
No, it was actually a 10-speed group. It was a full 7800 Shimano.
Yeah.
Which I sold. Regrettably sold.
Yeah.
Because I wanted 11 speed. Since all my other bikes are 11 speed,
Sure.
so it's easy to swap.
Compatibility, sure.
Compatibility, swap in and out of my trainer.
What saddle is this here?
Brooks.
Okay.
Cambium,
Okay, cool.
whatever.
So,
And then,
how many other steel bikes do you have? Because you said you ride your steel bikes more.
I have one in Canada. I
Okay.
have Shirley.
Okay.
Crosscheck that I leave on my in-laws.
Okay.
And then I've sold a whole bunch of steel bikes, but right now I have a Cervelo C5.
Okay.
That's on trainer duty right now, and then I have a Look Look gravel bike,
Okay.
and then I have a Niner mountain bike.
Now, is the Crosscheck set up for gravel? Because I mean, you're not doing
it's set up for
cyclocross.
gravel, but I
Yeah.
ride it on pavement most of the time when I'm visiting my in-laws.
Nice. Well, Tommy, I own a shop in San Marcos, so if you ever need anything, please swing by.
Awesome.
It was a pleasure to reconnect, and it's just crazy the way we just run into people on the road.
Yes.
All right. If you like this kind of stuff, Tales from the Road, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you up the road.